Let's get some.
Music
Oh, fuck's sake.
licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing
Right,
reimagined.
forget that. Do-do-do-do-do.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Why is it fucking under gaming? That's a pain.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Four minutes to go.
Music licensing reimagined.
Let's see.
Artlist.io.
Coming under. Maybe a retest of the 4. We have to wait. For the open.
Music licensing reimagined.
How's it going, Aaron? I'm all right, thank you. Yeah. Just chilling today.
IO.
Just thought I'd come on. I only trade I take today. I got unfortunately I got BE'd on, which was here. I had an auto B on, which
Music
just
licensing
took me
reimagined.
back out again. I was looking for about. Let's have a look. Yeah, about 20 points. That's what I was looking for. obviously came down, and then I had a 10-point BE, which I didn't really want on, but I just forgot the bracket was on, so I got taken out BE there. That's the only trade I've taken today. Quite a bit of bullish volume kicking in. Obviously, we are above, so prediction for New York is we go for the highs. I'm going to get rid of these now. So I'm expecting high to go.
Music licensing reimagined.
Quite a bit of indecision. Hey, hey. Here we go. So like I said, I was expecting the high to go. Let's see if we make it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Sometimes we'll get this sell volume. It's just the push back down. We can absorb this and push straight through. Often you'll see that with a breakout, the initial break, and then sellers step in, but buyers still push it through. Let's see.
Artlist.io.
Range is only small.
Music licensing reimagined.
We close below here. We can always take a retest as well. Potentially back to the 4.
Artlist.io.
Oh man. Here we go. See if we break.
Artlist.io.
1 minute, 5 minute volume. Risk is a bit small.
Music licensing reimagined.
Right. Could possibly do that. 17 points. It's only 9 points. Could push for the 10. Let's see why. Couldn't get that.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Been a bit hit and miss sometimes, these ones.
Music licensing reimagined.
Oh man, I've not got the queue on.
Artlist.io.
Fuck's sake. Oh shit.
Artlist.io.
Fuck's sake. Right. Should not take that trade. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot the queue. I was messing around for videos and I took the queue off.
Music licensing
Yay.
reimagined.
We don't trade into the queue. We do not trade into the queue. Fuck's sake.
Artlist.io.
Right, it'll come through now. Ba-do-ba-ba-doo-doo.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
That is not a trade. Because of the key. Fucking dipshit.
Music licensing reimagined.
My mistake. Because it's one hell of a fucking level. You never trade into it like this. Never trade into it like this. You trade when you're above, or you trade when you're coming below it, but you don't trade into it like this because it'll very often reject price. It's literally one of the most important levels that you can have on NQ. And as everybody knows, I swear by the Q, the daily. When these two aren't aligned, this is our range. So we'll probably return to the daily now.
Licensing reimagined.
Looking for a close below the hourly, and then for a retest and a continuation on down.
Order filled.
Let's see if we can get it. Looking at 37.
Artlist.io.
Do. Stop's gonna have to be a little bit higher.
Music licensing reimagined.
So what I'm going to do is I have a second position if we come through here. That second position is going to be more aggressive.
Artlist.io.
And 38. 38. And the stop will be 66.
Music licensing reimagined.
All right.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Could still go bullish. If we get over the Q, then we'll look for positions above the Q. Got no volume.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
930's been. We haven't had a directional 930 for a bit this week. It's looking like it could break. Bullish. Let's see.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Gold was nice. Aye. I like gold off the Q back as well. If it came to the Q, I like trading that back to the 4. Yeah, that was a nice trade. Looks like it's not going to make it to the Q, but it'll come back. I want this so big.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
It's not.
Artlist.io.
I just call it the key for everything. Because I mainly trade in Q.
Music licensing reimagined.
But it doesn't really matter. I've watched this level enough to understand what impact it has on gold.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Starting to step up. Oh, bearish volume. Coming back down again. So right now we're just in between the range here. Nothing really.
Artlist.
First 15 minutes are up. Looking like we're going to go long.
Reimagined.
It's looking bullish. Here we can get... I was going to say, I reckon we'll get 10 points to the Q.
Artlist.io.
For a 9:30, volume is low.
Music licensing reimagined.
So for New York Open at the moment, the volume is low. As expected, obviously, it's FOMC later.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
I like 10 points on this, but we'll wait and see where it closes.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Bullish volume on that as well, on the way back up.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
If we could get above the queue for 10 a.m., that'd be great. Did we just tap on gold? Not quite. Urgh. I like gold back to the back up. I do like gold back up.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Like to see bullish volume though. Still a bit low.
Artlist.io.
I might set a limit at 16.
Music licensing reimagined.
3. So I quite like a potential bounce off the queue, back up.
Music licensing reimagined.
That's if it comes back. Might just go back now. How long we got left? 53 minutes? Ooh, actually. No. No. So if we come down now in the next 5 minutes and don't reverse, we're more likely to break below, I reckon, and actually shorts are back on the line for gold. This got to come back up now. If we're going to stay bullish on gold in this break above, then this has got to come back up now. Right now.
Music licensing reimagined.
Needs to be aggressive if it's going to do it.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Look at NQ. NQ breaking above. We got 5 more minutes on that one. Just see. That's a better close.
Music licensing reimagined.
And then I think I'll just take a retest. That's if it gives it.
Artlist.io.
Might not get the retest, unfortunately.
Artlist.io.
Let's see. Where are we on gold? Needs to come up a bit more. Just about to take that high.
Reimagined.
Want to come back on us? We can close above 15 seconds. I'm going to go. I don't want to come back below, so I'm just going to go break even on that trade. Let's see if we can.
Artlist.io.
31.3. Let's see if we can get it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Not a problem if not. NQ's left the station. Without us. Didn't get that tag in.
Artlist.io.
This is probably more of the retest here that we could have taken on the way out.
Music licensing reimagined.
See this trade here, you'd want to cover the bottom of the queue, right? So you'd want to at least be going for 15 points on that trade on NQ.
Artlist.io.
Let's see if we can get a position. Coming back now.
Artlist.io. Music
Gold's tap break
licensing
even.
reimagined.
So the reason for this trade, if you take a look at the hourly, right? So you can see our hourly, right, is coming back up. So a lot of the time, when our hourly is like this, in terms of we're opening higher than the previous one, then a lot of the time, you will see a push down, but you'll see a reversal back to this point. Now there's one more minute, which means we are closing below, and that gives me more sort of bearish vibes, which is why I said if we're going to come back, we need to come back now, and that's why I went break even.
Music licensing reimagined.
Might just still tag it. Yeah, there you go. So there was the tag anyway.
Artlist.io.
So very bullish on NQ. Very bullish on NQ. A similar thing, right? You can see that we're opening higher. Might just get a bit of a retracement back to the Q, but
Music licensing reimagined.
still looking bullish. ES was a bit tighter.
Artlist.io.
Move that one over out the way now.
Artlist.io.
So what I'd like to see with gold, if we're going to go short, right? So obviously we had that play
Music licensing
yesterday on,
reimagined.
we were just shorting, weren't we, on Monday? Monday and Tuesday, was it? Monday, we were shorting down, right? This was Monday. So we shorted down Monday. Tuesday, obviously we're back above the Q. Right? And then now Wednesday, you can see that we're coming out of the daily
Artlist.io.
and coming back up. However, not back to the weekly yet. We're still bearish. So we would expect potentially gold to come back down some of the way.
Music licensing reimagined.
And we're starting to see that rounding off, right? And you can see that with the hourly levels. Higher, higher. Right, we step down, step back up. Bit of manipulation, but that step back up comes immediately back down, and now we're stepping lower, which is often just an indication of that trend reversal. Think of it like market structure, where we'll then come flying back down. So if we look at it here, you can see the same thing here, right? We step down, and then as we start stepping up, the hourly starts stepping up. You start that bullish trend, right? So why I was shorting all these down here, look at the trend,
Music
and it's not till
licensing
here where
reimagined.
we see that close above the Q. Off we go. Step below, back to the Q, close back above, bullish push. Even this retracement, you'd have expected this to come back, which it does all the way. Right, and then we start stepping up again, and now potentially
Artlist.io.
we'll see whether we come back down. It's not a cert. It's not an absolute cert, right? However,
Order filled.
we'll... Whoa, what have I left open? Ah, shit. I left my NQ on the queue. Oh, my stop's not there.
Music licensing
I need to get out of this
reimagined.
trade. Wait. Come back up a bit. That'll do.
Order filled.
Fucking stupid limit order.
Artlist IO.
It's coming out with volume down here now. I just closed it once it came back into the queue a little bit.
Music licensing reimagined.
Do.
Artlist IO.
Big bearish volume on the 5-minute. Volume, biggest volume that we've seen so far since we opened.
Music licensing reimagined.
But I still expect us to come back. Let's see. Bullish volume starting to step in. Let's see if it's just a retest.
Artlist IO.
So if we're going to carry on back down, right?
Artlist IO.
Quite like 13 points, maybe 15. Say 26.3.
Music licensing reimagined.
We can get the bullish volume back up. See? But it's quite a lot of volume coming down. Just thinking it could come back to this previous hour.
Music licensing reimagined.
Could come a little bit further as well, to be fair. We've got that Q gap. Not that I'm just expecting the gap will get filled.
Artlist IO.
Do. I think we got about 10 points on that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was just shy of 10 points. Didn't quite make it to the hourly.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Right, I'm gonna. I was about to say I'm gonna close this trade out.
Music licensing
quick enough.
reimagined.
Let's see if we come back down a bit more. See the bullish volume kicking in now. Just didn't get that push enough where I wanted to get to the hourly. Come on. Get down.
Artlist.io.
Fighting.
Music licensing reimagined.
Looks like the bullish side's winning.
Artlist.io.
All right,
Order filled.
that's me out.
Music licensing reimagined.
So took about a half loss. I still think we could come down, but I prefer just to get out. And there's the trade now. Fuck you. TP hit. Yeah, just as I do it. What the fuck?
Artlist.io.
Hit the hourly.
Oh,
It's just what I was looking for. Bullish volume kicking back in now.
music licensing reimagined.
Yeah. So here, when we close below the Q, where's our next level that we could return to is this hourly zone here. So very often we'll do a little retest. Now, I'm still expecting this to come back, as I said, because of the way we've closed above. So I'm expecting a return, but I was just looking for a trade to the hourly level there. Now, I had a little bit lower, but that was first. First profits were there, and then just a little bit more. But this is a common trade. Return back to the previous hourly, especially if we get below the Q, right? Price is very, but because we've closed higher, you expect that boomerang, right? So price will come down, trade off of here, and come back, which will be our next trade above. See this here?
Artlist.io.
Do you know what? It's just my fucking luck today. Just my luck. Let's see if it tags it. literally missed me by...
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, a tick. Oh,
Order filled.
there we go. Tag me in. So I wanted to take the golden candle, but I just wanted to take it because we were so close. Just a little retest of the queue. Oh my god, that'll be me done for today if I get stopped out now. I'm telling you, I haven't had a day like this where I've had to stop in a while. Mind you, mostly my mistakes.
Music licensing reimagined.
Do do do.
Artlist.io.
I've already rotated 2 accounts. I took that first loss and rotated straight out of that one.
Music licensing reimagined.
Oh, not looking good with this selling volume stepping in. I manage it like I manage all of them, in that right now it's not going the way that I want it, so I'm out of the trade. And last time we did that, it went straight to profit. So I much rather take small losses, right, when the trade's not going my way, than carry on and let it play out. Right, so that's just what I do. There's times like this where it costs me, where I would have hit profits, and then there's other times where it saves me. But it's just something that I've kind of learned to do, is just, if the trade isn't going in the way that I want it, I just cut it as close as kind of I feel comfortable. So, for example, here, it's like, what, a third of the loss? I'd rather just take a third of the loss. Yeah, you see? So I saved myself on that one.
Music licensing reimagined.
What would have been like a 200 loss, like a $70 loss. Much prefer. And you can just see, look, we've stepped in and the selling volume, we should break through with like that break there with that bullish volume should have been pretty much immediate, straight to profit. It's just messing about a bit.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Let's have a look.
Artlist.io.
I don't want to short this again down to here. I'd rather play long. We're just getting caught up a bit in
Reimagined.
that. Hmm.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Remember, I'm bearish on gold because of the way we've closed below. So
Music licensing reimagined.
it does look like though we could come up on the upside as well, but we'll see. But I do like gold down. I can't short into the 4 hour. I can short if we close below the 4 hour. Got plenty of space down.
Artlist.io.
NQ's coming up now. Gotta wait for NQ to break above.
Music licensing reimagined.
To break above if it's going to do it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so NQ's closing back above. Things are looking a little bit more bullish now. This is a better trade again on NQ. It's that close above, retest, bullish volume.
Order filled.
I'll take that trade up now. Same trade. Stop below this candle though, 28675. 28675. And we're playing up to 310. Could quite easily, it's been a bit messy today, NQ, could quite easily just play games again and come down, but difference being is we've tried to come lower, we've come back above, we've got bullish volume coming above as well again. So it's basically the same trade, right? Like that. And I'm just looking to pay it back to the 4 hour. Now, what I'd want to see is the volatility kick in now. Like this needs to be where the bullish volume continues on up. What we don't want to see is a breakdown of volume now.
Artlist.io.
Still got this bullish golden candle here, right? We never closed below. Ah, for fuck's sake. No.
Music licensing reimagined.
Not getting the follow through. Gold still above. It's just been a bit messy.
Artlist.io.
I'm going to switch to an eval. No more trading on accounts. Bear me a second.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
So we haven't got anything. I mean, obviously, I'm trading above levels, but in terms of waiting for volume, obviously the 1 minute and the 5 minute are still not aligned. We are above, and the 1 minute volume was kicking in. It's just a bit, and it could be FOMC due, that it's just a bit choppy or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Trades aren't playing out the way that looking at it, so I just need to
Artlist.io.
call it a day on the funded accounts. It's cost me yesterday's profit. I was up about 560 yesterday.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, this will be the one that goes.
Artlist.io.
For a higher time frame trade, I quite like the
Music licensing
short from the weekly. Back down for a new weekly low potentially. If we do make it up there. But if we look on the higher time frames, we've got like you can see we didn't, this one here, we just
Artlist.io.
just didn't quite make it. We've taken this high, just whether we come for this. It's quite a way back up
Music
though.
licensing reimagined.
Just depends how long it's going to take for this to play out on gold.
Artlist.io.
Don't even dare. You're just messing around. You're going to go back now, aren't you, to the 4 hour?
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
That should have been the trade earlier.
Music licensing
Stop above that one.
reimagined.
Stop below it. could have been a bit more with me stop. Still 1R. Could have used the low. I just wanted, with the volume, I wanted to see that increase, which is why my stop was just below. I didn't want to come back down, which was why it was here for 8.5 points.
Music licensing reimagined.
To be fair, all I'd have done anyway, if we came back up here now, I'd have closed the hour break even. Just because, again, it's not playing out in the way that I would want it to.
Artlist.io.
See where the gold's going to bounce.
Artlist.io.
It's just messy the way it's done it, because
Music licensing reimagined.
directional wise it's right. Return to the 1 hour, right. Return to the 4 hour, right. It's just with how I place my stops, it's just been a little bit more difficult. So NQ, we've got 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, all bullish volume. Let's see if we can. Let's see. Let's see.
Music licensing reimagined.
I'm interested to see where the next 1 hour opens. We've got half an hour. So, first hour and a half. Done. We've closed above the 50%. So again, we would expect the high to go. I'm going to switch to, like I said, I've got my eval on. Trying to get some take profit trade accounts.
Music licensing reimagined.
Need to hold this one longer though. I'm going to hold this one longer.
Order filled.
I'm going for about 20 points, the new highs.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Should be about 1 hour. Cover that hourly low.
Music licensing reimagined.
All right.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
See how it reacts at the 4 hour. Good place to take profit, some profit anyway.
Artlist.io.
We are coming back into that big move down with that aggressive volume, so need to be careful of that as well, which you could reject from, come back through.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Not quite made it.
Artlist.io.
See whether we get. Right, so what I want to see now,
Music licensing
so
reimagined.
now we can play back up if we're going to reject from there. Come on, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. If we break back through these highs, then I'll go break even. Filled a nice vib on the way. Go. Needs to go up and through though. Don't want to see it close below.
Artlist.io.
Go through. Go through.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
All right.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I'm out to trade.
Order filled.
So, reason being is because same thing. I don't want to be. We should have come up. We're starting to just mess around again. I'll look for a better position if we break up and through. I wanted this to come up straight through. And we just keep retesting this area. Too much.
Artlist.io.
Has gold gone through yet? Nearly.
Music licensing reimagined.
We got another 20 minutes. I like gold short, as I've been saying all along. We can break through this low. Quite like gold returning here. So
Artlist.io.
something like this.
Music licensing reimagined.
Again, looking for volatility to kick in. Let's see if we get it.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Need the volatility to carry on through. The 5-minute bearish golden candle is good as well, but we want it to be quite aggressive.
Artlist.io.
A lot of times I like to trade with an aggressive move. Now you can see this is an aggressive move through where we got tapped in. So I'd like to see this candle really come through this low. And maybe I'm going to be looking around here if we can get there.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Going to add to my position
Artlist.io.
here if we come through.
Artlist.io.
And get into that golden zone, probably around there.
Music licensing reimagined.
That's it. Okay, now, why is my entry off?
Artlist.io.
Let's go.
Music licensing reimagined.
So this is stop above here. Still 5-minute golden candle high is main stop above the Q and above that golden candle.
Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined.
Been a few wicks that have caught me today, even though sort of direction's been alright, like NQ. Didn't quite make it back to the 4, but we got out of that one. As soon as I saw us retesting this level here, we were out. Just played us about here. But this is basically the trades, right? The close below the Q, the retest, the continue on down. Just being a bit of a... It was just a bit of a pain with how we're doing it. A lot of confluences to the short. 4 gold.
Music licensing
Obviously coming up, closing below the 4 hour. Statistically, that's more probable. We haven't taken previous hour high, so when we came up and we failed to take previous hour high, it's looking more like we'd probably go and take previous hour low. 5-minute bearish volume, 1-minute bearish volume, so it's just
Artlist.io.
might be one of those days. On the eval now anyway, so it's not I've taken my loss on my main accounts and just deal with them. Just a red day today.
Music licensing
Let's see if we can
reimagined.
push this eval account a little bit more. We're out on that one on the eval. Out here, these 2 tests here, that was it, we were out. Gold, I've been looking for the short all the way along, as we've been talking about. That rounding of price, the dropping of the hourly. So I've been expecting us to come down. We've got 10 more minutes until we get a new hour. I really want the new hour to open low. Now, ideally, I wanted the new hour to open below the below this level, but we'll see.
Music licensing reimagined.
Bit of a tougher day, but it's one of them. Stick with it.
Artlist.io.
Stop out on gold will just be a bit unfortunate, I think, in the narrative, because I still think it'll come down. It's just we're getting a little bit more wavy corrections.
Music licensing reimagined.
Not good in so far coming this high. Yeah. I still think we're coming down. It's just how far up it takes us before we potentially come down. 15 minute is looking heavy, but it's just, again, can mess around before we get that.
Music licensing reimagined.
Fucking freezing. I haven't put the heating on. Fucking shaking.
Artlist.io.
So it was the same trade for me yesterday. It was NQ yesterday. Great trade on NQ yesterday. It's quite a big trade on NQ. There, okay, look at that. That would have been the trade I'd have liked out of here. But it keeps bouncing back. Anyway, so yesterday was here. So this is the daily here, right?
Artlist.io.
So we had this retest of the daily level. It's the only trade I took yesterday because it was a big runner.
Artlist.io.
So we had the daily here. Right? So this first trade I missed wasn't here for the breakout, but you can see the breakout with volume. We got that nice push. Similar time, I think Pickles missed this one when he went to loo as well. So I was expecting it to come back, and I just marked out kind of like, okay, well look, this has been the top of the daily and where we've been rejecting, and then got this huge. We kind of corrected down with fairly normal volume. Got this really nice big bullish volume kick in. Same thing on the golden candle, and then bam, that was my entry. First target was this high, and then I left the runner going for like 290 here. So it was a cracking trade yesterday for me. That was a nice big trade.
Music licensing reimagined.
Let's go. Oh. See if we survive this. It's probably going to bounce back up again. I think. I'm not sure how high this is going to come back
Music licensing reimagined.
before we break down. I didn't think I was early on that trade. I don't think I am early on that trade. I think that is the right trade. Really want to see this break down though. We got 5 minutes. So I'd like to see the next hour open down here. Carry on that stepping down. Come on.
Music licensing reimagined.
Right, let's go. Let's see the bearish volume kick in. If it goes the other way, I'm going to stop talking. Come on. One minute needs to keep coming down. 5 minutes. We can get that push. 15 minutes stayed bearish. Just want to see this 5 minute come through. Come on. No. No. Probably take some profits at this low. I like to take profits at the second low before the existing one as well, and then maybe one more down here. So added to my position with here. So where's my average? Average is now here. So just in profit.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Come on. Come on. It's trying.
Music licensing reimagined.
If we can come back through this low, then I'll probably go break even at that point. But let's see if we make it through it. Just thinking, are we going to get this? Messing around. Because it could just be an arsehole in its the way that it corrects before potential breakdown or even higher. Like you say, we've got ZFOMC later. That could be the catalyst. Not seeing any volume, which is also a shame. I'd like to see bearish volume. There's no bearish volume kicking in, which we saw in this move down, right? Let me just remove this drawing. There we go, that's better.
Artlist.io.
Okay, 1 hour. Gone through.
Music licensing reimagined.
Just need to be careful with my break even. I want to go break even. I don't want to go too early on the first candle of the hour. A bearish volume on that candle, but there was also bullish on the one before. Ah! Come on.
Artlist.io.
Come on. So another close below, which is good, right? So we can see that we're closing below, which is still stepping down bearish. The only thing is that we failed to take the previous hour high or low. So we just got an inside bar, which I don't like. I'd have preferred to that we were continuing on down. Yeah.
Artlist.io.
I think we're going to have to just missed profit, but we're going to have to be careful with this trade now.
Music licensing reimagined.
This 5 minute can flip bearish. There we go. I'm taking one there.
Order filled.
Next one a little lower. Stop's definitely going to break even.
Artlist.io.
And that's the rest off at break even. So I had one around this low here, right? So it just missed it. So I just brought it back up, and then when we took that, I moved the other one to break even. So it missed it by like literally a fucking tick. Probably come through now, I reckon. Again, messy in the way that that came down, came all the way back up, and then we're coming down again. Bearish volume on the 5 minute, so it's still looking good to come down through. Just unlucky it came back and tagged me at break even.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, there's the rest of the move.
Music licensing reimagined.
These row candles have been getting me.
Artlist.io.
So we had the trade original entry with a little bit of profit. We took our we added to the position. I'm coming through these lows. This is probably not a good example. Hang on, I need to show you the low as well. Yeah. So that was my low. So that's where my that first target I wanted to take the first profit from. As you can see, we literally just missed it. So as it just missed it, I took that one off there and then moved this one to break even. So as that came all the way back, it stopped that one out at break even. It's just been a bit messy, and it's probably just FOMC. But the narrative of the trade, this is something that I really kind of like. This is put you in good stead with your hourly alpha zones, right? Like real good stead. Okay, so look as we're stepping up. So we step up, bullish, step up, bullish, step up. We come below, reject, literally probably just off that previous alpha zone, back up. Closing at the same level then gives you a bit of indecision. You would still expect though, because we haven't been able to close below the last low, that this would still return back to at least the 4 hour, right, which we do get. The new open still isn't below, so we'd still expect some potential bullish movement, but price is starting to show some potential reversal. We then close back above. At this point, you would be expecting same thing again, price, but also knowing that you've kind of consolidated in this area, and you'd want to see it being above this level before taking any longs. This one opens. Now we can see that we've taken out the lowest point, right? The last lowest point was here and here. We've now closed below. So this is giving you confidence that if we return, that we would expect it to go bearish. So when we were sat up here, and I was saying I'm expecting us to go bearish, and I was looking for a close below, and then maybe we could play it down to here. Even there, so really looking at these lows. That's what I'm looking at. So even though this hourly is coming back up, I would expect us to reject off of this 4 hour, and we might just come and take this high. But until we close back bullish again, I'm still expecting more downside, right? And that narrative has been kind of a lot of how I've played gold when we came out on Monday, right? So I think this was one of my trades on gold. Yeah, it was here. So look, step below last high. So we're still bearish, right? Here we close above. And then here we immediately close back below again. So on that one there, why did I enter on the golden candle right at the beginning? Was the narrative of the switching of the trend below the weekly. I was expecting a large move from there. Unfortunately on this one, my runner got taken out pretty much straight away on that big candle through. Didn't manage to move it as I entered the trade with my brackets. Otherwise I'd have been looking for, you know, a big run down. So even here when we come below, we're still expecting bearish action, but we can expect some retracement back up to this inside of this leg. But until we take out this leg, we're still expecting sort of bearish action, and we start that rounding off again, right? And then when we make a new low here, we step back below. We can then see actually this becomes our next high, and we start stepping back up. Close below, we're bearish, right? Same thing again. However, we want to see a close back above the Q. As soon as we get that close back above the Q, we're then looking bullish. Otherwise, we're still expecting some return to this 4 hour, which we get. And then obviously when this new 1 hour opens, and you can tell when you're close to a new 1 hour, like 10-15 minutes before when we're up here, it's like, okay, I'm not expecting this short within 5-10 minutes to come all the way back down. So if we close above, I'm bullish. And then here you get that rejection off the Q and straight out, right? A little bit of messing around, but we're still expecting what? Previous alpha zone. Same thing. So it's not always perfect. There still needs some narrative in, you know, kind of have we gone on forever and are we potentially going to round out? But that narrative of it stepping up can really help you find some great moves. And that was the reason for my bearish price action here with NQ. That was the reason why I was expecting us to come to the previous hour here and then return back, right? So now this is coming to close below. We can expect that same movement of price, right? We're rounding. We've come below the Q, right? You can see we've closed below the last, made a new high. That's the last lowest point. We're now pretty much at it. This is now showing that rounding of, okay, now we're going bearish. This was just a sort of, well, I don't include this hour because of New York because it can mess around anyway. But then, yeah, we closed below, giving us that narrative of this is probably going to stay bearish. And as long as we keep closing below, then we'll keep keeping our narrative of bearish.
Artlist.io.
So nice sell signal, 5 minute, 1 minute, everything aligned. Bearish volume. It's a good trade on the 15-second.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
See if we can get 10 points on that. Got the 4 hour here, just need to be careful of that previous 4 hour. But bearish volume. 32 to sort of 30 around there. Stops really want to be above the hour, like in the hourly.
Music licensing reimagined.
Could leave a runner if you want, could get in a position to the daily. Maybe a retest of the hour.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Retest of the hour.
Artlist.io.
This is, we are going to carry on down. This is where we want to see the rejection. Maybe even a doji candle.
Music licensing reimagined.
Bullish volume kicking in. Let's see in gold whether it's coming back. So retest of the 4. Looks like this now. Maybe we can break. It's just so messy. Obviously we've got FOMC, but could break back down now. Wouldn't want to see it go above the 4. That's the only thing I'd say. We don't want to be coming back above the 4. And we don't want to see it closing above the previous hour either, if we're going to carry on bearish. Let's have a look at ES. So that's pretty clean on ES as well. As you can see, that closed below. The daily's a little closer.
Music licensing reimagined.
It's just a bit messy, but... It's been a bit spiky with its trades, but I still like that sort of to the daily like this. On ES, that looks quite good. What's NQ doing? Is it coming back down? Yeah, so the retest of the hour, the retest of the, the 1 hour, and then the breaking on down. The only thing is the bullish volume. The buyers are still trying. They're getting absorbed, but it causes, this is where we're getting this messing around. We're not seeing bearish volume come in to take us down. Let's see.
Artlist.io.
Same thing. Look at all the bullish volume, just trying to push it back up. All-time highs, buyers. I tell you, we've had that yesterday. It was crazy. Saw that on NQ yesterday. Where was it? Yeah, look at this on when we broke through yesterday. Huge buying volume through. And same thing here. And then we just came back through again.
Artlist.io.
CS coming up as well. Yeah. I think it's pretty much now. I will just wait for FOMC. This is messy day. Yeah.
Reimagined. Artlist.io.
You can see, it's just funny, isn't it? You can just see, look at all the buying volume, just pushing price back up. And it's been very much like that recently, like when we're at the all-time highs. Like even when things are looking bearish or when people are expecting price come down, it just keeps trucking up. Maybe it's saving that short for FOMC, possibly. Still got this gap right on
Artlist.io.
the key. We had a gap earlier on as well.
Music licensing reimagined.
Did ES push through? Yeah, ES is through. What about gold? Gold still hanging bearish. Of them all, it's moving closer to how we expect price to move.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
I haven't checked CL today. Came for lows. Reversed off the lows.
Artlist.io.
And gone bullish. Weekly's back up here. Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined.
See that bullish volume on the 5 minute on the way up? Kicking in. Significantly more. And on the way down there.
Artlist.io.
And bearish volume still kicking back in again.
Artlist.io.
So it just got stuck on the 4. I normally have my 4 hour extended. So this is the previous 4 hour.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Interesting.
Artlist.io.
I just think gold's been the
Music licensing reimagined.
cleanest of them all. And I don't normally trade gold, but recently this week it's been majority gold. Majority gold.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Can you guys hear music? See, I can't hear it on my side. But I'm wondering whether you can hear it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Sorry, Aaron. Yeah, I'll tell you what I do. I'll turn it off. I need to change it. I need to add a mix. I forgot I'd add it on. It's relax, yeah. Yeah, I'll change it. I will change it. It's been the same. Oh, that's fucking funny. We will see. Right. There's the low. So that's what we were expecting. Hitting that. NQ now coming back. Now you see how we failed to take the high, the current high of NQ. So when we're looking at an hourly sort of structure, within the first 15, 20 minutes, the high and low is often set. So you can see the low was set at 15 minutes. So this had higher probability of being our high. And you can see how we got so close, but failed to take it out. So looking at it now, could see it come down through, as it's more likely for our distribution to be in the last 20 minutes. So we could expect this low to go. But right now with NQ, who knows, right? Who knows? So that was the retest that we were looking for, a taking of this low in this trade. You just look at the way that it got down to it. And even when we opened up here, I said we could retest the 4, but we would still expect price to break below, right? Doesn't mean it has to. It's just more of what we expect. It was shitty in the way that it got down there, and that's pretty much what's been most of the moves is it's been, well, I think you needed to give yourself more, you have to give yourself more room when it's like this in these sort of conditions. The bubbles can be good, you know, still learning with the bubbles. You know, they're definitely, I like it as a confluence. You can see here, obviously, like how that immediately gives you a concern and then price reverses, right? So they definitely add some help. Bearish volume stepping up. 5-minute bearish candle. 5-minute volume stepping in. So this looks more promising. But it's, again, the way it's moving, it'll probably come down real quick, take the lows, then have another mess around. There's bullish volume on that one. See what it's going to do if it does get down here. Is it going to push through and head for that daily? Possibly. All right. I mean, with just how this would be an easy normal trade, right? 5-minute bearish golden candle, looking like we're stepping round, 5-minute bearish volume, coming to an easy level. This would be a pretty static trade that we would take, all right? I'd even be fine with the stop above here, and then we'd just be looking for, I'd say around there, just into, even just being a little bit more careful. Right, it would be a pretty static trade. But 5 minutes stepping back down, 1 minute bearish, like bearish volume, this would be fairly normal. See what it does. This is typical now with how price has been, where it will reverse. I don't see bullish volume on it yet, though. That's better. Bearish volume. Still coming down. All right, so that would have just tapped the first target. And that's kind of what we want, what we expect normally, right? Bearish volume, moves on through. Yes, we've got a 4 hour there. We can expect a little bit of a tap. Maybe this is, you know, at least break even at that point. But that is your classic setup. 15 minutes bearish, 5 minutes bearish, 1 minute's bearish, price action's bearish, everything's trending down. If it's going to go, you'd want it to lose this 4 hour with volatility now. So like this next candle would go straight through. Like that, but more. It's achieved what it needed to do from an hourly point of view, right? So we've taken a new low, 35. However, we still expect that most of the lows for the hour would be in this period here. So if we're going to close bearish, although we're getting bullish volume now, you can see we're tapping that 4 hour, getting bullish volume. If we're going to get, if we're going to close bearish on this hour, then most of the data sits in that this is where the low of the hour would be. So that one would have played out all right. What's gold doing? Just messing. Still bearish, but still messing. Let's see if NQ is going to go through. Bearish volume again. So maybe we'll get down to the daily in this hour if it's going to have its volatility in this bearish hour, or we're just going to take that low. Let's see. So 70% of the data in an hour is sat in this period here in the last 20 minutes. So this is where you're most likely to get your high and low in this period here. And here is where you're most likely to get your distribution. So manipulation, distribution of an hourly candle, that's where it sits, right? So you can see our hourly high sits here, and then again we would expect price. We would expect if we get a low in this period, that's about right. Well done, Aaron. I'll tell you what, for winning that trade, buddy, I'm going to put your music back on for you because I know you're missing it. There you go. So the 5-minute golden candle gives you a target of like high probability at 23. We are coming to the 200 on the 5-minute, so just something to be wary of. We want to close below that level if we're going to carry on down. Right now we can't close below it. Oh no, we did just close below it on that one, and then immediately back above.
Music licensing reimagined.
Ay, ay, ay. The added.
Artlist.io.
How would you add it? If you go into WAP, there should be a TradingView app. You click on the TradingView app and then you enter your TradingView username and it adds all the indicators to your account. You need to make sure you log out TradingView and then log back in TradingView. And then when you go to indicators, if you just put like alpha zones, right? And then invite only. I was probably not going to do it because I can't do it. You'll see them in alpha zones. So they look like ones that are locked. Right, so V2 is the latest one, and then Pro are the two main ones that you need. My important levels are now. Wondering what I was missing. Ugh, so annoying.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so we just swept the highs. London was taken. London high was taken. And then Asia low is down here. So if we're going to be bearish this hour, we would still expect price to come down lower. You can see we've pushed back up into the trend wave with bearish volume on a bullish candle. I like these for a little scalp back down. Same thing here. Look, you can see that here, right? So push back up, bearish volume. They're nice little scalp trades. Volatility is low at the moment. It's 8.1. So like, you know, if you're doing it with better volatility, then you can look for like 5-10 points. But yeah. Still expecting the low to go if data's going to line up. Nothing really on gold. I still think we'll come back down. Like I said, I think we're just going to bounce, but it was just bearish. CL was bullish, but just having a bit of a correction right now. You can see on the 5 minute the correction stopped. The 5 minute the correction was there, and volume stopped. On the way up with CL, you can see, look, the bullish volume. See this bullish volume on the 5 minute? That's just giving you so much confidence, right? In pushing your trades, right? And taking the trades long, just while you can see that nice strong trend. And then here, this next 5 minute candle, bam, you see the bearish volume kick in. So it's just helping to showcase what's going on. Let's have a look at it on slightly different data. Interesting, yeah.
Artlist.io.
So just as absorbed all these sellers, pushed on through. Interesting.
Music licensing reimagined.
It's just starting a bit of a correction on CL, but let's have a look whether we can expect some. I mean, obviously we've got the weekly above on CL, so let's just have a look. Gold's looking like we're going to go still bearish on gold. I expected a big drop, but it might be. All right, okay. So probably a bit of a correction now on CL. Maybe a last push up. Take these highs? Possibly. Let's take a look at gold. So it looks like to me at some point it's just going to drop off a cliff. And it might be FOMC that does it, but I just think it's just building to just do a massive drop. Did that help with the indicators? Did that help? Did you manage to get it?
Artlist.io.
So bearish on gold.
Music licensing reimagined.
All right, we're in our distribution time now. So we'll see this logo. Maybe just come for this one. It would be rude not to fulfill your statistical edge. Get this fucking low gone. Just because I said it when it was there, wasn't it?
Reimagined.
Last 10 minutes has the highest. About 40% of the data in the last 10 minutes.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Tough day. Apart from gold. Here we go.
Music
Go on.
licensing
Fucking
reimagined.
fly. Go, 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 go. Where do I reckon this is going? Ooh. How long we got? 15 minutes?
Artlist.io.
Is it coming all the way back?
Music licensing.
So I think it'd be fair to say we could at least expect a 50% retracement of the leg up, right? Which lines up with these lows. So, yeah, you know, should at least come to about here in about 2 candles. It was just did me dirty in how it got down to this point. And that's fine. Sometimes it will do it. Today's, you know, FOMC. But gold's been really nice in kind of following this trend. Showed that with you before, right? Using your hourly, stepping lower, right? Hourly steps lower. We're expecting this to go bearish. Nice retest off of the 4. And then, boom. Was just a bit, well, like this manipulation here. I mean, look at that. Now we're getting the volume, the bearish volume kicking in, right? You can see. Bearish volume kicking in. Close below.
Artlist.io.
5-minute bearish volume as well. We've got the 200 at 409 on the 5-minute, which is here.
Artlist.io.
There we go. So there's NQ's low hit. So the statistical probability of that happening, like I said, was very high. We did it with manipulation and then we're coming back up. But high in the first 15 minutes, low in the last 15 minutes. Very good. And now we're flying back up. This one is it's probably a different
Artlist.io.
yeah. There we go. That's that expansion down that I was expecting on the 5-minute. Your bubble settings should just be default, right? So this one's okay, but the one that I've built in is better. So in V2,
Reimagined.
right? here is what you've got. You want to be using average or trim mean, but ideally average. Leave your threshold at 100. Look back at 320, right? Leave it as that. This is showing you, based on market conditions, this is the key, right? This is not using market conditions. So this is looking at market conditions and showing you where the volume is higher than previous conditions, right? At the same sort of similar volatility, if you like. It's probably the best way to explain it. So when volatility around this sort of market condition, this is showing you how this volume compares, right? So say, for example, you wanted to say, well, okay, that's fine, but I want to see more bubbles. I want to be able to, if you don't want to use the signals with the bubbles, it'll go back to the original ones that you've been using. Just turn off volume bubble signals. Make sure you've got your 5 minute, I haven't got it on, your 5 minute trend on, right? Make sure your 5 minute trend's on, just to keep a bit of the noise out. And then it won't use the bubbles, it will just give you the normal signals. So for example, if I turn this off, I don't know where this signal will move to, whether it'll move at all. Yeah, so the signal moves up here now, right? So I like the volume bubbles, that's why I have them, that's why we built them. But you can use your 5 minute trend, or if you're happy to not take them all and add confluences to when you're going to take them, then turn your 5 minute trend off, but just be aware that you need to be using a little bit more analysis on the trades. So then if you wanted to show more bubbles, that's fine, right? You can do one or two things. You can either say, right, I am going to reduce the threshold. So right now we're taking the average based on previous market conditions, and as long as it's above that average, then I want to show the bubbles. Now we can say, well, actually, as long as it's 50% of the average, then show me, right? And you'll see it'll increase the number of, right? So we get more bubbles showing now, right? So if you want to see more bubbles, then you can reduce the
Music licensing reimagined.
you can reduce the threshold, and that will increase. Which I like it from a visual point of view in terms of like when you can expect price to, give a little bit of a pullback, right? So it's nice for things like being able to read what's happening with price. Like, so on this candle up here, you can see we had bearish volume kick in, right? Because the threshold's lower. It's not huge volume, but it's just showing that, okay, we pushed up, but actually this is where the bullish volume ended and then the bearish volume kicked in. So you can use 50% to give you more visual element, right? The 5 minute will look different. This is what your 5 minutes should look like. This is using just the standard indicator I built. I didn't build the extra logic in that I've built now. Let me hide. Okay, and then the drawings. Okay, so this is what your 5 minute volume should look like if you're using 50%, right? And another hack, if you go to your indicator and set your visual order to bring to front, right, it'll ensure the bubbles are on the top. There is an update coming just to get rid of the text to make it white, just so it's visually better. But you can see here the same thing, right? This 5 minute bearish volume kicking in, right? So I want the text to look like it is down here. You can see here the bearish volume kick in at the same point, right? And then bearish volume. So you can use, this is more accurate than this. This is more accurate. It is using more relevant data to show you how it compares. But it's like here, look, we get this push back up and then bearish volume kicking us back down, right, on the 5 minute. Same thing here. Even though we get this bearish push, you can see the volume still remains bullish. If it's grey, it means the volume was the same. So there weren't more buyers, there weren't more sellers. The volume was equal as it was here and here. So you can see that bullish volume kicking in. Even though we're correcting and we're having bearish candles, we're still having more bullish volume here, right? And all through this entire move, the 5 minute was bullish volume all the way through.
Music licensing reimagined.
Right. So just add that to a 5 minute chart if that's how you want to look at it. I'll update mine shortly. So if you want to see more visibility of what's happening, then reduce your threshold, right? But just understand that is going to show more bubbles. So we can see here on the 1 minute, we've come back up. We've had correction. We're now getting a bearish golden candle with bearish volume on because we've reduced our threshold, and we can see all of that through. I need to add Pro back on. So this is NQ, right? So 5 minute, 1 minute, 15 minutes still bearish. So if I was taking this short, I'd be stop order here. I'd actually have my stop above the 4, and I'd be looking for just taking that low about there. I mean, obviously, again, we're expecting it to come to the daily, but it's just the way it's messing around. It's just being a pain. So let's have a look at gold. So remember what I said about these being a nice sort of scalp where you can get 5-10 points. We've pushed up into the trend wave with bearish volume. So we've got a bullish candle with bearish volume. This is a nice sort of trade to take, right? Just bang. You're not looking to go forever. It's just a scalp trade, back down, take a few points. Let's have a look at gold. So we're going to open below. Remember what I said about the hourly? I wanted gold to open below this level on the hourly. Well, absolutely made up that we have. We've hit the 50% retracement of the leg up. Right? You can see we hit the 50%. I marked it on here. So we're going to open below. I'd want to take trades below it. If we were going to come off the 50%, we could. If we're above the 1 hour like this, then I'm not taking any trades. However, if we broke below the 1 hour quite quickly, then that would be definitely a trade I'd like to take. You can see that last 5 minute candle closed below the 200 on the 5 minute. Quite a bit of bearish volume on it. You can see here as well. We got 1 minute until we get a new 1 hour. So what I'd probably like to see with the 1 hour is it open, retest, close below. But it might not come this high. Let's see. All right, bearish volume, bullish candle, 1 hour. Another close strong below. Let's have a look. Oh, crossing. Oh.
Music licensing.
This should be like it's either going to we're either going to reverse at this point and come back up, or this is going to be a big push. We can get a body close with bearish volume below here. That might be a trade. So bullish volume, sorry, with bearish volume, let's see.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Bullish candle. Only a little bit of bearish volume, but
Artlist.io.
102. It's not much. That's better.
Artlist.io.
Like the push back down now. Go on. No, still gonna go up.
Music
It's quite a
licensing
high
reimagined.
retracement, this. I'm not sure whether it will go that far back up. I mean, that's back up to like 12. Maybe. So again, we expect our
Artlist.io.
high of this hour to be in this first 15 minutes, and our distribution of this candle, if we're going to go bearish, right? So our distribution to be in the last 15 minutes, right?
Reimagined.
So it's good that we're pushing up, right? Because we want to push up, put in our high, and then come bearish to form the 1 hour wick. Well done, Aaron. Oh, that one played out nice. So yeah, another hour closes below, still stepping down, right? Below the 4 hour as well. Nice sell signal, and we're just about to get to that daily. Has NQ got there yet? Still coming down. So you see how we're stepping down? We're still bearish, still bearish. That sell signal played out beautifully as well on NQ, and looking like we're coming towards that daily. I'll keep my eye on gold.
Reimagined.
And here we go.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
So what we don't want to see now is it come back up and take this. We really want to see it come through. And this being our high for the hour.
Artlist.io.
Coming up through.
Music licensing reimagined.
Remember, don't want it to take the high. If it took the high, we'd need to see it come and take this low again. So again, this trade is much nicer to play. It's much tighter. So stop above there, and then take some profit, but leave a runner for the daily. Nice bearish volume. Look at the size of the bearish volume on that and the 5 minute. All aligning nicely. So this is more what we want. We want that volatility kicking in as we're entering the trade. So it's like bang, trade done. Bang, trade done. We just got caught with a bit of the chop earlier. Kicking in now. Okay. It's still within the retracement time. That's the only thing I'd say. But to confirm that, you want the low to go, right? So we want the low to go to confirm the high.
Artlist.io.
Possible bit of consolidation time now for CL. We'll see. Still bullish, but possible consolidation. Probably.
Music licensing reimagined.
I don't know. I actually don't think it's that. I think it's probably more consolidation with your base. Just depends how long that takes.
Artlist.io.
Not quite to the daily yet in ES, but
Music licensing reimagined.
that's one hell of a candle back out.
Artlist.io.
Now we're getting
Music
bearish volume.
licensing reimagined.
See if we get a big push. So that would have been the sell signal there. Golden candle will be like this.
Artlist.io.
10 points. on the golden candle. And then you could have left one for would it be
Music licensing reimagined.
if we come through the high, then that invalidates it. But yeah, that would be the trade setup. So and then this is our initial piles. If we hit this, then it invalidates the trade. Let's just check on gold.
Music licensing reimagined.
A shame we didn't see bearish volume kicking in here. Could have given you a reason to look to take shorts, but nothing confirming any of that, just bullish volume. So again, you need to wait for this low to go and give you that confirmation. But there's no bearish volume showing showing enough for the reversal, just bullish as you can see.
Artlist.io.
Let's check if NQ is invalidated. Yeah, that's invalidated. So even though we got bearish volume on this on this, because we come back above, it's not what you want to see, right? So bearish volume on this, but it's just doing that messing around. So I now wouldn't take this trade, and you take it off, even though it's pushing up with bearish volume. But again, this is indicative of this ding, 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 ping-pongy. Let's keep an eye on gold. I'm interested to see how the volume plays out now. So this is a strong level of resistance, right? If we look at, we've tapped it here, we tapped it here, we came through, now we're retesting. So, you know, I would expect, which is why I drew this, that we would come, retest, and then break below. But we're not seeing the bearish volume, which makes me feel like, well, we'll see. Oh, if we come through and take this high again, outside of this time window, it makes it even more likely this is going to be a bullish hour, in which case, then, again, the low becomes even more important. But closing below, quite a strong close below, you know, we are expecting bearish continuation.
Artlist.io.
Well done, Aaron.
Music licensing reimagined.
See, no bearish volume. Okay, so high, if we're going to go bearish, we want to see it come down. If it had seen bearish volume, then we could have played a bit of a trade like this, you know, sort of back to the hourly. And then even with a runner, if we break through, right, but at least sort of back to our hourly like that, because we were expecting. But there's no I haven't seen the bearish volume even now on this push down to give me that trade. So we have to wait. All it is telling us right now is that
Music licensing reimagined.
buyers are trying to push it up. Let's check NQ. Back to our hourly. Mm. So we've taken the previous hour low, right? So taking the previous hour low gives us a 72% probability of this hour closing bearish. For this hour to close bearish, we definitely don't want to see this high go. If we see this high go, then we get mixed statistics. However, right now, we're not getting mixed statistics. We've taken the previous hour low. This will be our high. This low is, with high probability, going to go. We're going to hit our daily. So this is the liquidity. This is the retest, and then the drop, right? There's the bearish volume. Bit late, but
Music licensing reimagined.
in this move up, you can see it's not a particularly bullish move up, right? You can see bearish volumes had more control over this. But we always have invalidation points, the high being an invalidation point for continued on bearish price action. We like to trade with stop orders, so price has to continue in the direction of the trade that we're looking for to get tagged in.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, the bullish volume still holding. Could come back to this hour. If you remember, when we break down, a lot of the time we'll retest the previous hour. So could see. The only thing is we don't like it now. So now we've taken this high, right? Now we've taken this high. This is most likely our low for the hour here. So this could be a retracement, and then we could see price hanging around for a bit. We hit the 50% of the leg, and now we're having a bit of a retracement. But this will be a key level, and whether we just bounce back around here and then where that next hour opens will be key. But you can see how the volume just gave you the indication of why isn't this resistance level going to hold, right? Because buyers are just stepping in, trying to push it through. As we're here, you can see sellers, as we break it, sellers are pushing through, right? Buyers are pushing through. Buyers step in at that level, right? Buyers step in at that level. So it's really good for confirming like support areas of support or supply and demand. It does look like we're going to at least pop and come up here. Let's check NQ. Right, retest of the hourly. Same thing, what do we expect, right? We expect sellers to step in here if we're going to reverse. Sellers are starting to step in. It's equal. Not finished yet. So not huge volume, and we could see it was flickering between, but there was more sellers on that one, and then we pop through. So bearish side for NQ. Now we get mixed signals. We've taken the previous low, but we've also taken the current high, so we have mixed signals. Now the buying volume, you can see, is much bigger than the selling volume. So the size of this is not significant, right? So if I take off the filter so you can see what is the standard default filter that you get. You ready? I'm on the wrong one.
Artlist.io.
That's the top. Oh, that's better. Those sellers. So if we set it to the 100%, so we want at least average or above. Right, you can see, look, there's no real volume until this point here. Right, this is below average for this condition, but sellers are stepping in at the hourly. At this level. It's a shame we wicked the high, but still sellers stepping in. What we'd want to see to confirm it is to then come and take through the lows. Would be good. So not just that sellers are stepping in, but we're actually taking lows. Like, see, we're making highs. Higher high, higher high, higher high. We can then come through. That'll be good. Because everything else is stepping up. We can see the 1 minute stepping up, the 5 minute stepping up. So all that we've got is just selling volume, but we are seeing like the RSI stepping up here with bullish volume increasing, and the 5 minute is above the average. But so not ideal yet. Haven't yet come through any lows, and we've taken the high. Let's check gold.
Artlist.io.
Nothing crazy. ES has come back through as well. Let's check CL.
Music licensing reimagined.
We've got a little bit more time on CL, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think CL is just going to take a little bit longer. It's had this big move up. Probably just going to hit this consolidation point. So
Artlist.io.
mindful.
Music licensing reimagined.
So from a trade point of view now, I haven't really got much in line. NQ coming back above. We've got news soon. Gold. Like I said, you'd want to see it come below now.
Artlist.io.
Looks like it's starting to weaken, right? But we haven't seen any anything yet confirm.
Music licensing reimagined.
One minute starting to round down. Still looks like it's probably going to pop again, but...
Artlist.io.
Well, I think that's it. I think the... anything now, I'm not really know what I'm looking for.
Music licensing reimagined.
Let's just check NK on the... That's interesting.
Artlist.io.
So we're still stepping down. So potential rejection from this area for NQ, right?
Artlist.io.
We've got half an hour, so you just want to make sure that when we close, we're closing not above here. If we close back above here, then maybe we can expect a retracement back up to the Q and the 4 hour. We're just about to hit it now. Let's just see.
Reimagined. Artlist.io.
So here's the leg down, right? Oh, let's put it up there. It's a little bit higher. I wouldn't class that. I'd still class this as the high.
Music licensing
Here.
reimagined.
To here.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
It's just whether it retests the Q and uses these for inducement. I'd rather cover it like that.
Artlist.io.
Just didn't retest the 4 hour either. Yeah, we'll see what news brings. We'll see what news brings. Right, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to hop off now.
Music licensing.
Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Oh. Don't trust it. I don't trust it. Right. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a nice evening. We're watching FOMC, see what happens. And if not, I'll see you on online tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.